Pila mayalo, lila that kilel wahi khan lila yok pialo kina tiopa yo chakelila yomakpe. Welcome to Kili Radio Storytelling Hour, and this evening I have a guest. He's been up here before, and last time we came up here, I got a different notebook here, so I forgot what we talked about. But before we go on, we wanted to do some. We have some people that we usually remember when we come up here. But first, I want to say thanks to Kili Radio and Lloyd and Tom and those guys. They all come up here. Herc, Toshka Herc, and so Pilau Yapelo. And this evening, on the way up here, we were discussing a circle, so we might touch on that. And my name is Brian, Charging Cloud, and every Wednesday I come up here and share a story, and Lakota language, and we touch on education too. And so before I go on, I'll let Toshka introduce himself. But before I do that too, and I will forget it if I don't do it, I would like to say good evening to my wife Karen and my Toja Samya. Hopefully they're listening. I didn't go home. We just came from the school, so I didn't tell them that I was coming up here. At lunchtime, I was telling Karen that I had a cold last 3 days, so I said, I think I'll go back to the school and do two classes and come back. But after those 2 classes, I regained my strength, and now I'm here at Kili Radio. So I think when you feel like you can't go on, you can go on. It takes some kind of power within each person. And I wanted to come up here because last week I didn't come. I wanted to come, but I think I was in Rapid City and I couldn't come. And before that, I don't know. I can't remember it. I don't have my calendar here. But I want to say thanks to all you people out there on the road who are listening to the Kili Radio Storytelling Hour. And also to the I can't remember his name, but he records these storytelling hours. He's not even here in South Dakota. I don't even know what state he's in, but he always records these storytelling hours. And if you want to look at them, they're on Google. All you have to do is go to Google and print my name, and we have all those stories in there. So, good evening and welcome, and I wanted to say good evening to Tom. Remember, we used to come up here and say hello to Tom. We forgot you, Tom, for a long time, and we still remember you. And Charlie, too, up in Martin. Charlie, if you're listening this evening, we remember you, too. And Charlie he's a basketball fan, and he's always at L&I. He handles all the basketballs. He rolls them onto the floor every game. And I don't know how long he's been there for, but he's been there for many, many years. And I know his favorite team is White River. But, you know, we have to... For me, all the teams on the reservation are my favorite teams. And, so I will let you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Roxy. My name is Ryan Danvers. Once again, it's an honor to be here at Kiwi Radio. Thank you to everybody over here who keeps the program going strong. I know it's my favorite station to tune into out here in this country. I'd also like to give my thanks and appreciation to all the workers who are continuing the battle to keep the Lakota language going strong, especially including the school workers. Also, those who are saying prayers, the sun dancers, the ones who continue with the Inupis regularly, even though now it's cold, still keeping the ways alive like that. And public safety personnel who's working out there, helping us out, teaching us to remember to keep our seatbelts on. All the other public safety personnel, especially the teachers in the schools. I'm going through the experience of that myself, helping to support teachers in the classroom, and they sure have a challenging, it's a challenging career. There's some real true professionals who are entrusted with the care of the Lakota children, and they're doing a real good job of it. It takes a real special person to be able to endure what it takes to be a teacher. So, special shout out to all you teachers.
That's really important. What you're doing is also very important. It really, well, you know that some of these teachers, once they get into that classroom, they're there, unless somebody comes in and says, "Do you want to take a break and drink some water?" So it's and then you said professionals, and I always say that. Sometimes we hear this school is better than this school. This school is not good, and that school is good. But all these schools, all over the Lakota country, and these teachers are professionals. And if they weren't professionals, they wouldn't be teaching your children, my children, and whatever they learn, they're going to carry that with them throughout their life. Like, do you still remember a teacher that you can name? I do, and I'm way older than you, and I remember my general science teacher. I know I can just picture him right now. So these children will remember you and me, and all you teachers out there. Whatever you teach them, there's always one teacher they're going to remember, or maybe more. I remember all of my high school teachers. You probably do too. You just graduated here a few years ago. I won't tell your age.
I even still remember the administrators.
Oh, yeah, bus driver. Yeah. The whole school is a team. Like Floyd is team. We just left the school, Floyd. He comes in after school. Carlos, maybe he's listening. He's part of the team. When one of those guys are not there, then the school is not functioning. Tim, maybe Tim is listening.
Yeah,
he's also very important.
I know. I was thinking about him too.
Yeah, and sometimes he will do like in the morning circle several times. Maybe we ask him, he will do it every morning. He comes in and he offers, because he speaks the Lakota language.
Yeah.
So,
praise that way.
So I'm really glad you brought that up, because all these workers are professionals. Even like the Kili Radio staff here, they're professionals. Everywhere. So if you're listening, and if you're driving down the road, or if you're at home eating right now, and if you're listening to Kili Radio, remember, you are a professional. So, and that word that you use is endure. That's really hard to do. And also, not only that, they like the other morning, it was cold and windy and snowing. And I know that these the bus drivers, they're out there warming up that bus. So maybe 5 o'clock in the morning, and they'll be on the road carrying your children safely. So they have a tough job. All that, the whole school.
It's a lot of weight riding on one person's shoulders.
Yep. And that's, they're very important people. Now, sometimes I flip that coin, and I will say, okay, sometimes I think we expect, a long time ago, everything came from the home. The respect, the teachings, the language. But now, I wonder if that's kind of turned around. Now we expect the school to teach those the respect, the staying in school, and the Lakota language. So, and that's, I was reading today on that the Lakota language, and there was a paragraph in there that says, are we taking over teaching our children the Lakota language? And we are. Who speaks at home? Who teaches our children Lakota at home? So we're going from one really good thoughts, good words about our teachers, and then now we're flipping around and said, you're not doing your job. Is that what we're doing?
Well, it's a partnership.
Yeah, it is partnership.
One can't do it without the other.
Yeah, we're working together. We're all in the same circle. And when someone is not fast enough or not doing that much, then the other person will pick it up. Like that. And that's, So, yeah, you're right. And then the schools too. All the schools are, to me, they're all doing good. Every one of them is producing good students. Like tonight, before we left, you and I, we went to a short meeting, and I heard one sentence in there. When you spend the money, every one of these schools runs with money. You cannot run without money. You're the only one that can run without money. And I know. But so, and that little sentence I heard, you probably heard it too. When we spend money, make sure it's for the children. not traveling around to Las Vegas or Rapid City.
Acting like kids when we're supposed to be going out.
Okay, well, before we get into our storytelling, announcements. I don't have much announcements, many announcements, and we do have a culture night next week, but I'm not sure if it's Wednesday or Thursday. But we do have one so if you are listening in Woyukhpe, Manderson, or Wounded Knee, Chakbeopi, the school culture night is next week. It's going to be on Wednesday or Thursday. I wanted to move it to Thursday because sometimes, like on Wednesday nights, a couple of times I cannot come up here because of the culture night.
Right.
Because it starts at 6 o'clock. So maybe we'll move it to Thursday next week. Yeah, then we can come up here again. And then, okay, the other one is that is all I have. And I think we said all our shout-outs. So I want to say good evening to Baha too. I always remember Baha. He's the one that learned Lakota language. He's from East, where you come from. He came over here, and now he can sit here and speak Lakota.
Oh yeah, that's a good inspiration.
So that's inspiration. And then I always, whenever we come up here on Wednesday, we used to use two words too: commitment and perseverance. So it's really hard to do. Sometimes we get tied up with other things and we can't come up here. But those two words, I always say when I come up here. That's, for me, that's the Lakota language. When I do the Lakota language, I'm committed to the Lakota language, and I want to persevere. I'm not going to go halfway. I'm not going to go halfway. So that's something that when you start something, I was sitting there thinking about that today when I don't know how many years back, I worked with they call them federal grants. So you get money for 3 years to work on the language, or both languages. And then when the 3 years is up, then you pack up and go home and look for another job. So whatever you did, you didn't really, you don't know if you accomplished anything. You don't know if you made somebody a Lakota speaker, or culturally motivated.
You can't follow up.
No, you cannot. So you stop. So all these people, you use that word too, partnership. People that partner with you when you stopped and left, those people were left right there. So they probably quit. They didn't go on. Everything. So you don't have that commitment, and you don't have that perseverance. It just stops right there. So like what we're doing at this for the language here, where we're at now, is that we're not going to stop. We're just going to we're not going to really depend on someone's money to go for 2 years or 3 years. We're just going to go. Like right now, we said we're going 5 years. Beyond that 5 years, we're just going to keep going. And then for the summertime, we did it without money. But this time we had money.
Oh, good.
Some money, yeah. We got leather, we got teepee, we got me and you and Karen and Barbette. So it'll keep going.
Oh, that's good news.
Anything else that you wanted to? Coming up, you asked me about the circle. What did you have?
the question that I had in mind about the circle was from what does it mean to stand together in a circle, and then what does it mean if there are some who aren't choosing to stand together with the rest of the circle?
Well,
some stand together united, and then there's are some who are separated.
Like you see that every morning when you came, and when we last year, I think we decided to do this. Some places talking about schools, they might do it like once a week, or maybe once a month, or maybe on special occasions. But for us, we wanted to do it every day so that we can bring our children together. And we also invited community members, and then the teachers, and everyone that's involved, whether it's the cooks or like Tim comes in, participates. But what that does is, for me, it brings unity. It brings us together. And then in the Lakota way of life, everything is in circles. So, we're in that circle, and if you're standing out there, outside the circle, and you watch, because I know I see people do that. But for me, I still feel that they are part of the circle. I mean, they probably think like that too. They're standing there, they're not in a circle, but they're part of us. But they should be in a circle. I mean, that's the way I feel. And it looks good because we have small children there. We have kindergarten first, so that, like, if you were outside the circle talking to someone else while we're doing this, then the children see that, and then it's really easy for them to get away from the circle, because they know there's these other people are not really paying attention, or maybe that word respect, because. So we respect our way of life, we get into that circle, and it's just a few minutes where we, Azilia, that's purification, and then we pray, and we sing, and then we go on with the day, and have a good day. It makes us strong. It makes me strong whenever I do that. And it's part of our way of life. And sometimes today, some places, there's a word called barrier. And maybe, like I was in one school, they used that barrier was, you can't Azilia because it'll set off the fire alarm, or somebody will come in and say, I can't stand that smoke. Those kind of things are real small barriers. But in some places, because of those, you cannot do your circle. And that circle is there's a lot to it too. Like you hear about the sacred hoop. You see the Changaleshka, that medicine wheel on the wall. And so there's a lot of teachings in those circles. Those circles have, that's our way of life. There's a road in there that's good. There's virtues in there. There's many, many things that you can learn from that circle.
Yeah. There's one thing that you mentioned before when we were discussing this topic earlier, that when we are together in the circle, that our minds become one with the prayer and the flag song and all those.
I have a Kashi, just like a brother, right here. I hope he's listening. He lives in Guelala. And one time we go to Kyoshibaya meetings, and we talk about what we're talking about. And he said, once you get into that circle, whether it's like you go to circles in the evenings, and it's called Inip. When you go in there, you have everybody go in there, and there's one. I think the word was you have one agenda, and you might have a lot of people in there, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay to have different thoughts or different reasons why you're in there. Because sometimes we do go in there because we wanted to pray for yourself, for somebody, or you're there for a reason. But he said that it's good to be in there and everybody on the same page, and to become one and one powerful circle in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't know. It's really, but for me, when I'm in that circle and sometimes there's no one else to do it, and you do it all the time, and then even if those people are not in the circle, I always in my thoughts I include them in there, and I'm sure their thoughts are like that too, even though they're not in there. Just sometimes they're just talking out there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're even not. Maybe their minds are not in the circle. So that's kind of and I can just go out there and say, "Hey, you better be in the circle. I want you to be here." And that came up tonight. And so maybe tomorrow morning everybody will be there. I don't know. And that really, it's because there are professionals, and because like you're in kindergarten, sometimes you're in 4th grade, sometimes you're with us in the Lakota. When you're in there, and then like say those students are in the circle and you're not there, then who's gonna discipline them? But because they need guidance, and they need a leader. So that's
another question. I wonder if sometimes people who stand outside the circle feel that maybe they're shy of staying together in the circle because for whatever reason.
And then maybe they should be told, right? Everybody should sit down and say, everybody can be here. It don't matter if you're from Connecticut or South Dakota, or it doesn't matter if you're from England or from Oglala Nation or Cheyenne River. And when they have that knowledge or that information, then maybe they will come in here.
Or maybe they said something wrong to somebody else that's in the circle, and then they feel like they can't be in the circle.
That's hard to answer.
I don't know. It's just questions that I have. Why people don't stand in the circle.
Yeah.
And even if those were their reasons, that's no reason not to stand in the circle. But everybody can still stand in the circle, because it's like someone, maybe it was you, Lakshi, that explained to me that it's like one stick alone, you can break it easy, but when all the sticks are together, you can't break them. And that's similar to how the circle is.
Yeah.
Maybe the circle's not a perfect circle, like perfectly round or anything, but at least everyone's standing together. And over time, maybe then it gets to be more perfect.
Yes. And we've been doing this every morning, and it seems like when you're dealing with children, then you have to always remind them that it is now this time, and we need to be here. And when you're here, you need to be quiet. But the other places, you don't even have to do that, because they all know that when they're in that circle, that they become, they're there for a reason, and they know that. So we need to talk about this more.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I'm glad you asked this, Turka. You make me think, and it's an honor to share my knowledge. And maybe I'm learning every day, even though I'm not going to tell you my age.
Still learning.
Everybody learns every day. Every day you see something, even though sometimes they do it in a different way. Sometimes they tell you in a different way. It's not, but it's always. Everybody has a different, whatever you want to say, view, right? But it's all the same. And then you never want to say to somebody, "Don't do that," or "Do it like this." It's my way. That's hard.
Yeah.
So you just listen to different people, and you make up your own mind. And you're going to learn. That's the way I learned it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe someone's listening out there. And you're listening to us, and if you want to share what your thoughts are, someday call us at Wounded District School, and we'll be glad to share your feelings, your thoughts, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have something here. We have sometime. Today. Getting back to the students, we have like each reservation. There's towns. We call them Otoa and Lakota towns, and like in Standing Rock, it could be Mobridge, or in Cheyenne River, it could be Dupree and Faith, Timberlake. In Ulrichs, it could be Ulrichs. There's only one town there, only one street. And then here, in Rosebud, it could be Mission, White River, Valentine. Now here, we do have some, they call them border towns. And they all have Lakota names. And some of them are like Rushville, which is just south about 20 miles from Pine Ridge. They call that Iwat Hokshu Otoahe. And we went through this today, just for the children. So it's part of the lesson today. And Iwat Hokshu Otoahe means like a big truck, or this one here, they probably mean the train. Long time ago, Rushville had a train that usually comes through there. Maybe the stagecoach. See, maybe a long time ago, back in who's a cowboy that you can remember that used to be a stagecoach driver, or anyway.
Wells Fargo bag or something.
But so that's the name. It means it's Rushville, Nebraska. Okay, and then Gordon is Tachja Wakpa, Deer Creek town, they call it. So maybe they have a little creek or that they call Deer Creek. So people call it Tachja Wakpa. Tachja is deer. Tachja. Yeah, that means deer. Yeah. Wakpa is the river. Okay, and then we have some here that have history. The Buffalo Gap. You know where Buffalo Gap is? North of Hot Springs. Okay, there's a little town there. And they call that P'tiopa. Okay, now P'te is a Tatanka, the buffalo. And Tiopa is a door. Okay, so what? Now, in the Black Hills, there's right in that area, there's a place that you can travel through into the Black Hills. And that's where the buffalo used to. Maybe a long time ago, even the Lakota people, maybe they go in and out through there. Otherwise, they're pretty high hills, so you can't get through them. So that's the history. Okay, and then another one was, let's see, Crawford, Nebraska. Now we went there. You were there, right? Crawford, Nebraska.
Not before.
Fort Robinson. That's. You went to Fort Robinson with us, right? Or you didn't? Okay. Well, maybe I will take you over there this year. That's they call that Ogliotaka Otoahe. That means maybe a long time ago when the Lakota people travel, they camp there, and then from there they come back to Pine Ridge or maybe Rushville. Ogliotaka. Ogliotaka Otoahe. Okay, and then of course you know Chankpe Opi. Wounded knee. That's his. Oyuchpe, you know Oyuchpe. That's Manderson. Okay, and then all these other communities have names like Pahisinte is porcupine. Pahisinte. And Wazi Ahaha. Oakpamani, that's Pine Ridge. Oakpamani is where you hand out long time ago rations.
That's what it means.
And Wazia means the hills, the pines. So those are just a few that I will mention. There's a whole list, but I'm not going to go through there because. Okay, maybe there's one more. Ogala Luta, red shirt table. Yeah, Ogala is shirt and Luta is red. Okay, Ogala Luta, red shirt. Red shirt school. Okay, and then one more here. Let's do Kyle. Pejuta Haka. Yep, Pejuta Haka. Haka, not Haka. Okay. Okay. Then I go through some. Then we went through tribes. And there's 22 of them, 22 tribes. Maybe there's more. But we'll just do the ones that in my lifetime, or the class that we had today, that they probably will visit these tribes. And one of them was Mahbiato. Mahbiato, that's Arapaho. Okay, and Arapaho is in Wyoming, a tribe. Okay, and then the other one is Sihasapa, Blackfeet. And that's up in Montana, northern part of Montana. And then we have Shahila. That's Cheyenne. That's right there at the Montana, close to the battlefield. Okay, and then we have Kanriwichasha, Crow. Kanriwichasha. Kanriwichasha. Yeah, Kanri is crow, Wichasha is man. They call them Nakota. If you translate it, it's crow man. That's the crow agents, crow people. Okay? And then the other one is Shinangleha. That's Navajo. Shinangleha. Shinangleha. Gleha. Shinangleha. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we'll just keep it right there. And James is laughing over there, so maybe we're saying all this wrong.
How's the other one go?
Have no fear. Okay. Now we have enough time for this little story here. This is called a fallen star. Okay. Wichachbe Hinchbaya, call it. Wichachbe is star. Hinchbaya is fallen star. So we'll do this, I think we can finish this before 6. Ehani, that's a long time ago. Ehani lakhota rikosh kalakanum hahepich jahan thankal wakata kia etwa wodorat naji happy. Watohal waji wichachbe wa lilat thanka naha wiyakpa sa epazo. Na thamashke ki ukiake na he ukiake na he hinganawa ya wa chingsto ya ukiake minkaish ya wanji epazo na he hinganaya chinkea ata unkanahalaka na pe wichachbe makhoche ekta awichakipi na Wichachbe wa hena hingana wichachbe na iglush akapi kapi na wichachbe akapi na wichachbe makhoche ki ha he thawapi kapi ho ash timsila okay wichashi pishne Watoha yukhawaji inihashne timsila ok acha uchachbe makhochek ohe uyukhloke ukhloka ogna tukte tiki wayanke iyokshil hingada na galachi Via galachi cha timsila ota ok ina hena sum na wikhawa kage wikhan kile on gilichu ash kuta wikhan kile ihunishne chahikhpa gapi wa khaja thawalaki echelani chathashir muka wa ichachya gapi Khashia mukaki lana lakhota ya picha ukshilaki wichachpi hinchbaya ea chaje gatapi nanako lakhota ya ichach wichachpi hinchbaya och a khoya ichaga ichage na nakulila hanska tashia mukawa hewana wanetu otacha shilaki nakhota wichotiwa ekta akhi chalila yokpi wichakpi hikhpaya lakhota ki oichaki naha wichoti echekche omani kapi خساب اكتا تهون لك خطا يا هيهاكا غبها وخلاتي اتيبي ينخا بيتو يوهلا وانبليشاوا كيا هيوناشنا ويشنچالا وجي مانونا وانكاتا اكيناشنا كتيكي ابي ويشاشا كي مزا اكخاون كتيبي اش اتاش كتيبي يوكي بيشني Chawacheki api, yukha vichakpi hikhpaya petu, shakoi chahan hi, nawambrisha ki ha kte, nawachinchara ki hena makata eri chalama ke, api, vichinchara shakoi. Ole Wapi maha Lakota star knowledge api chahetale yuachu. Chaletok shat khoshka I washichia yawakt.
Okay. Fallen star stories. Long ago, two young Lakota women were out one night looking at the stars. One young woman said, "See that big beautiful star? I wish I could marry it." The other woman said the same about another star. Suddenly, they are transported into the star world, and there these two stars become their husbands. The wives become pregnant. They are told the star world is theirs, but also warned not to dig any wild turnips. Eventually, one of them does, and as she pulls out the turnip, a hole opens in the star world. She's able to look down and see the earth and even her own village. She becomes homesick and decides to return to earth. She builds more and more turnips to make a rope and lets herself down through the hole. But the babe doesn't reach the earth and she falls. The crash kills her, but her baby is born. The baby is raised by a meadowlark. Since meadowlarks speak Lakota, the baby, now named Fallen Star, grows up speaking it too. Fallen Star matures rapidly, in days rather than years. He is taller than normal, and a light emanates from him. The meadowlark grows old and takes him to a Lakota band where he settles for a while. Fallen Star, the protector, the bringer of light and higher consciousness, travels from one Lakota band to another, and everywhere he is recognized, expected, and reverenced. At one point, a band is camped near Harney Peak in the Black Hills. Every day, a red eagle swoops down and steals a girl child, carries her to the mountaintop and kills her. The men try to shoot the red eagle but fail. They pray for Fallen Star, and after 7 days, and after 7 girls have been killed, he arrives. He shoots the eagle and places the spirits of the 7 girls in the sky as a constellation, Pleiades, and Lakota, Michinchala Shakaru, 7 little girls.
Washtelo. It is 6 o'clock now. So before we leave, I'll say good evening to all the listeners. Thank you very much. It is probably dark outside, so travel safely. Before we left, Toshka was saying, he was telling somebody, he said, buckle up, and don't be talking on the cell phone because it's dangerous out there. There's deer out there. And,
That's true.
Yeah, and there's other drivers too that you gotta respect. So I want to say thank you to Kili Radio 90.1 right here in Porcupine, 88.7 in Maniluza, that's Rapid City, and all over this world, www.kiliradio.org, and maybe Dennis is listening. If you are listening, who's his friend now, that one that used to go to Deadwood?
You put me on the spot now.
Yeah, anyway.
Hey, I can picture
I know,
if
you're listening, I know.
He's on the Oglala, Sons of Oglala.
So we'll say thank you, and we'll turn it back over to James. And I want to thank you for coming up here. Come back again next week. Maybe we'll talk more about that circle.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks.
So James, pilaw ya pala. Awashtayalo. Ikhophesh ne lakhoti na waktayo. Khashar mukalna lakhoti apcha bloketu ke has onia kokta.